You ever walk into a room full of people and instantly feel like you don't belong there? Not because you're shy, not because you're antisocial, but because something in you says, "These are not my people." Most people think this feeling is just social anxiety, but it's not. It's a psychological shift happening inside a specific type of person, someone whose mind has outgrown the environment around them. Today, I'm breaking down the real psychology behind why people like you don't feel connected anymore, and why it's not the problem you think it is. Here's the part no one talks about. When your awareness increases, your tolerance decreases. You start picking up things that normal people ignore. Fake tone of voice, forced positivity, masked insecurity, hidden intentions. Most people don't notice these things, but hyperceptive minds do. In U.S. psychology studies, there's a term for this: social cognitive sensitivity. It means your brain is constantly scanning for emotional patterns, microexpressions, and social inconsistencies, even when you're not trying. So what happens? You walk into social situations and immediately feel drained. Not by people, but by the energy they project. Your mind isn't disconnected. It's filtering. There's another layer to this, the part most viewers realize only when they hear it said out loud. You're not the same person you were 2 or 3 years ago. Your identity expanded. Your priorities changed. Your mindset sharpened. But the people around you, they stayed the same. This is what psychologists call an identity lag. Your growth moved forward. Their patterns didn't. And when the gap gets wide enough, the conversation feels meaningless. Relationships feel unbalanced. And the connection breaks. People describe this as outgrowing your circle. But the truth is deeper. You didn't outgrow people. You outgrew the version of yourself that tolerated them. Here's the part many of you don't realize. The modern environment is psychologically overwhelming. Information overload. Opinion overload. Emotional chaos. Everyone is trying to perform, impress, or prove something. So people with deeper emotional intelligence respond predictably. They pull back. They isolate to recharge. They create a small circle. They protect their mental energy. And they're not wrong. This is actually a healthy psychological defense. A sign of emotional maturity, not weakness. If you're watching this video, you probably carry at least 3 of these traits. You analyze people before you speak. You don't trust easily anymore. You mentally step outside conversations. You're more observant than expressive. You sense tension in the room before anyone else. You need silence to reset. You feel older than your age. You're always the therapist friend until you burn out. People with these traits often get labeled as cold, detached, quiet, or unfriendly. But the truth? You're protecting what everybody else keeps giving away, your energy. Let me hit you with the real psychology. People like you don't disconnect from the world because you're broken. You disconnect because your mind is operating on a deeper level than your environment. Most people talk to escape their thoughts. You can talk only when something happens to have meaning. Most people socialize for validation. You socialize for connection. Most people fear being alone. You fear being surrounded by the wrong people. These patterns aren't flaws. They are signs of emotional elevation. Here's the transformation happening inside you. Phase 1, awareness. You start seeing through people, instead of just seeing people. Phase 2, discomfort. Normal conversations feel shallow. Fake energy feels loud. Crowds feel exhausting. Phase 3, isolation. You pull back to understand yourself. Phase 4, reinvention. You become more selective. Your standards rise. Your environment shrinks. But the final phase, the one you're walking into right now, is this. Phase 5, alignment. You attract people who match your new identity. Not by chasing, but by existing. If you've been feeling disconnected from people lately, understand this. It's not loneliness. It's not antisocial behavior. It's not depression. It's growth. Your mind is evolving faster than the world around you. And that evolution forces distance. Not because you hate people, but because you're becoming someone who refuses to shrink just to fit in. And trust me, the moment you stop forcing connections, you start attracting the right ones. If this hit you in a way you didn't expect, you're not alone. You're just waking up to who you really are. Stay sharp. Stay aware. Stay rising.